So, I have a confession to make. In my last video, I lied to you guys. I said that all Cornerstone elements have an ID, class, and style box. However, that's not true. The element that lacks these options is responsive text, and it's actually very important, and it's actually not technically a Cornerstone element. However, you can generate a shortcode for it, and you should be using it as much as other Cornerstone elements. Primarily, responsive text should only be used on headlines. The reason this was implemented is because headlines and text do not scale like images will based on screen size. Now previously, if we wanted to optimize a headline for a smaller device or different sizes in general, we would have to create multiple sections or multiple headlines and hide them for various sizes. But responsive text actually makes everything really easy. So just to show how this thing works right away, I've already got responsive text set up on our services headline right here. The best way to understand how it works is just by dragging the window smaller and larger. Now you'll see with responsive text on, the headline will automatically change size with every little adjustment that I make to the size of the window. Now just watch as I scroll down. It's pretty impressive. Drag it back up. Okay. Now let's see what it would look like if I took off the responsive text class selector that we have on custom headline. Get rid of it. All right. You can see it already changed a little bit. Now as we minimize, once it gets to a small enough width, it totally cuts off the text. Versus if I just copy that back in, or paste that back in rather, you can see right away it's fixed. So this is why responsive text is useful, and we're going to show off how to use it. It's actually really easy, despite seeming confusing at first. So I'm going to just get rid of all of our settings real quick. I'll be right back with you guys. Okay, so you access responsive text through the settings pane. So I'm going to navigate to that, then press responsive text. Now you add responsive text kind of like sections, so you're able to create individual responsive text settings for every type of headline that you want to edit. So if you want to have a specific type of responsive text for heading 1s, you can do that. Responsive text for heading 2s, you can do that. So I'm going to add a new item here and click it. Your title should represent the type of headline that you're changing. So I'm going to make mine, we'll call it responsive H1, okay, and then I'm going to say just H responsive 1, representing my heading 1. So if I was going to make one for heading 2, it'd be H responsive 2. Now what you're doing when you create a selector like this is essentially creating a custom class for your elements. So you'd enter this into the class box inside of the element interface, without the period, of course, like any helper class. Now you also have options to control the compression, minimum size of text in pixels, and maximum size of text in pixels. Now this will take a little bit of tweaking. I recommend going up just by small points with compression because it has a large effect on the rate at which your text compresses or expands as you drag the window up and down. So I recommend really just playing around with this to figure out what works best for you. I found that 1.5 compression works quite often. And the minimum size for my text, for my heading 1, I want to be 24. I don't want it being too small, but also I don't want it being too large, so 72 will be the maximum. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is just copy the selector without the period, and then select the headline that I want to add responsive text to. Scroll down to the class box here. Make sure there's a space between this one and the other classes. Paste that in. And already, even inside of Cornerstone, you'll see that my responsive text is working. Pretty cool. Let's just make sure that it works when we're outside of Cornerstone. Check it out here. All right. Oops. Perfect. Now, if I wanted to, I could add that class to any other headline on the page. Now, for whatever reason, you may want to use responsive text outside of Cornerstone, or just have the code for responsive text. The way that we generate this is through the text element inside of Cornerstone. So what we do is click on this little box here, and then go to Typography, and click Responsive Text. And this is where you'll generate the responsive text shortcode. All the settings are pretty much the same as they are inside of the settings pane in Cornerstone. Just enter everything that you want here. I'm going to do it really quick. Alright, and then press Insert Shortcode, and there's the code for it. And you can just copy that and use it anywhere that you want. Make sure that you place the shortcode after the heading code, though, otherwise it won't work. To give a quick example of what I mean by this, I'm going to attach responsive text via code to this little text area right here. So if I was going to attach responsive text to this headline with code, I would have to place it after the custom headline code closes. So right here is where I would put it to make sure that it works. Alright guys, well thank you so much for watching. Up next are our headline videos, so I figured I'd make the responsive text video first. Please subscribe, rate, comment, let me know what you guys want to see. Really interested to hear what kind of tutorials, what elements you guys want to hear about. Please give me any input, feedback. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.